quickly introduce you.
Sure, thank you.
So, from knowledge management to something personal. Okay, so that's the topic of the day for Padmaja. This about personal branding. So, topic is brand you. Okay, so let me introduce Padmaja. Padmaja is a chief mentor, coach, creative therapist, and at Victory Insights Consulting, and she's also creative therapist. So that's much more interesting. I'll read now. I picked up a few from her biodata. Very interesting. She's also a corporate training consultant at MMA. She's done a graduation and post-graduation in the areas of education and sociology, and she has diplomas and degrees in fine arts, handicrafts, and cosmetology. She has obtained certifications in the domain of cognitive behavioral therapy, gestalt therapy, silk ceramic painting, hypnotherapy, puppetry, pyramid meditation, leadership, creativity, personality enhancement, human resource management, and general management. You can now see the canvas. Okay, more to come. She is a master NLP practitioner, certified coach from USA, and certified leadership from Zeal Academy. She has also trained in several leading trainers like John Gray, Jack Canfield, and Brian Tracy. Okay, so now you can see where all she has traveled. Okay, so areas of expertise include executive coaching, mentoring, behavioral training, team building, employee development, and content development for life skill courses. Incidentally, she teaches the life skill courses at IIT Madras for BTech students, which they've started a new course called Life Skills for the first year BTechs to get it up to a personal kind of training. So she's part of that, and she's been wholly engaged in the field of training, coaching, and consulting for over 2 decades. She's known for creating customized, unique training modules with a transformational effect on the clients. And she's done, and her unique delivery style includes something called funology, okay, so which employs a whole host of techniques like psychology, games, group dynamics, theater, hypnotherapy, NLP, dance, music, arts, crafts, whole brain approach, puppetry, and behavioral concepts. So that's the package of funology for her. And she's conducted several consulting and training programs with a lot of corporates, of which I'll just mention a few like TCS, Cognizant, Hero, HCL, HDFC, British Council, IIT Madras, Indian Oil, LG, Nokia, and TVS Group. So with that, I will hand over to Padmaja ma'am for her interesting talk on building your personal brand you. Thank you, ma'am.
A very good evening to all of you. I want a loud good evening. This is my usual day. A good evening with maximum energy from all of you. Is that all? Now I have a chartered accountant, a colleague, a friend of mine where we keep bumping into each other, my predecessor. No mics allowed. So why don't we just stand and wish each other good evening with our 100% potential? Can we? All of us? It's an absolutely greeting phenomenon with the maximum energy level and the maximum decibel. Okay? Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good evening. That's the spirit. Please sit down. Let me thank the K community, Mr. Gopal and Mrs. Viji, who's instrumental for today's talk on personal branding. Okay. Do I get to have a... Yeah. So what am I saying? Is it visible? Whatever I've written, is it visible? Okay, I've done something on the board, and then it certainly has some impression in your mind, some impact in your mind. Okay, let's just run through. So what did you feel when you saw this?
Very good drawing.
It's a very good drawing, okay. Okay, it's the way we start our day. Fine, sir. Friendly, fantastic.
I was trying to understand what you were trying to draw.
Yes.
Smiley.
You found the smiley, fantastic. Sir, the same thing, smiley. Smiley, let's have the random, answers from you. What is your perception? First person. Keep smiling, be happy attitude, fantastic.
Positive expression.
Positive expression, fantastic.
It's a mischievous smile.
It's a mischievous smile. I expected this from you, fantastic. Vijay, I'm waiting for your interpretation. It looks good. Oh, okay, I'm on the safe bet. Any other interpretation? What's your first impression when you saw me doing that? Okay, feel good, free to do something good, fantastic. What else? I want more and more people to answer. That creates something in your mind. And what is it? Quickly, let's run through the emotions. Okay, it made you feel that I'm a very open person. Fantastic, very good. Yeah? Any other interpretation? What's your first impression, ma'am, when you saw me doing this?
Yeah, the same smiley makes us feel good.
It makes you feel good. Fantastic, sir. I'm trying to communicate something. Definitely, I'm trying to communicate something, sir.
Friendly.
Friendly. Fantastic, sir.
Create a positive environment.
Create a positive environment. Fantastic, yes.
You want to make us feel important.
Absolutely. I want to make all of you feel very important. 100%. 100% endorsed. Yes.
Same positive sentiment.
Positive sentiment. Fantastic. My friends there. Fun. Fantastic. I think I need a thunderous applause for that gentleman. A thunderous applause, and thunder is definitely loud. Victory Insights is my personal consultancy, which I've been running for the last 10 years, but I've been in this business for 2 decades. And I'll tell you one thing, nobody changes anybody. We can inspire people, but fun can change people. Empowering lives through fun is my tagline, is the tagline of my company. And funology is the science of fun, okay? When people enjoy something and then it's just, you never forget. You can forget what people speak, but you can never forget how you felt, okay? So the feelings, and man is not logical, man is emotional. And suppose you have a feel-good experience because I spoke to you, it's going to be having rippling effects on the, on your takeaway. Okay. So again, let me thank the K community for having given me this opportunity about speaking about brand new. I mean, I haven't left. I didn't deliberately leave any one of you. Your perceptions are definitely valued. So I'll start from all of you for the next question. Okay. So brand you. This is absolutely personal. I'm a non-techie person. I don't remember too many facts, but then I definitely make people feel better. Okay, so personal branding is, I wanted to communicate that it's something very cool, okay, and I'm trying to project my brand in a very fun way to tell that I'm accessible, I'm friendly, and this whole thing, is based on the gadgets that you carry, the feelings that you evoke, and then the words that you use, the vocabulary that you use, everything that you say, do, will have an impact on the receivers. Thank you, Vijay. So everything that this echoing will be there because of the speakers. So when mics are close to the speakers, this can happen. So basically, ABC. Will you ever forget ABC? You want, right? So next time you guys want to brand yourself personally, just remember these 3 alphabets, which are very, very easy for you to recall. Okay? Your appearance, behavior, and communication decides, it encompasses and encapsulates your personal brand. Okay, let's take this incident wherein you have called several people for an event, and then you find that somebody with the torn dhoti is just getting in, and simultaneously there is another gentleman with a suit just getting down from a BMW. Okay, now give me an honest answer. The hosts, whom will they call? Vanga Vanga, please come, sir. We're so glad to have you. First impression and first hospitality, who will get amidst these 2 people? Be honest with me. BMW. We are not even mentioning the gentleman's name. Already we have gone to the gadgets. Exactly. That's where I'm arriving at. Yes, it is the BMW. Yes, it's the BMW which catches the first attention, not even the man who's coming. But then at the end of the day, the same time, if we find Mahatma Gandhi also coming, who would get the respect? Mahatma Gandhi, isn't it? So personal branding is all about your appearance, behavior, and communication, the way you have decided to brand yourself and how you're going to be received or perceived by your receivers. It could be your ecosystem, which is your family. Sir, veetlalla I can't sell myself, sir. Outside, yes, fantastic. What's your problem? There's some issue about that personal branding at the home front ecosystem. You need to get to the grassroots level and sort it out. So we are always concentrating on our public profile. At the end of the day, your appearance, behavior, and communication has an impact, and that encapsulates personal branding. And your gadgets you carry are all accessories, subsidiaries, ultimately will add value to your brand, like the BMW. But then that which sustains your brand, that which sustains your personal brand is definitely your value and character. You can penetrate initially to get to talk to somebody, maybe with a BMW, But nobody will end up being with you just because you have a BMW, isn't it? Right? So this is where we need to give a little attention as to what is it that, how do you want to brand yourself in your personal space and in your professional space. So if we get little to self-awareness, I'm going to give you an exercise. This will really enable you to personally add value to your own personal brand. Okay? So it's a very short exercise. So you can just take your notepad or whatever you have, your gadgets or whatever it is, and it's going to take only a few minutes, and if you want to do it, you can do it. It's by choice. Okay? So what you're going to be doing is something called a wish list, a projection list. What does this thing do? What does this gadget do? It projects something from where? From the comp, right? There is a main hardware and software, there's one gadget, and from that, this is only projecting. But where is all the content? Where is all the content? It's coming from the laptop. It's from what you feed it in the laptop, and laptop by itself can't project anything, right? What we feed only gets projected, right? So, write your projection list. What are the attributes that you want people to associate your personal brand with? Now, if you ask me, I want people to think I'm a very reliable person. I want people to think that I'm very lively. I want to make people think that I'm accessible. I want people to think that I'm affectionate. And I want people to think I'm extremely vibrant. So this list can go on. We want people to think endlessly about us, yeah. Okay, so this list is endless. We'll just begin this list, but this is called the projection list. So the first step to your personal branding is to understand your appearance, behavior and communication will have a value perception in your ecosystem. Your ecosystem is nothing but every human being you're associated with on a temporary basis or on a permanent basis. So whoever it is, if it is a long term, you better, work on that a little more if you want to be happy at the end of the day. Okay, so write down your projection list and write down the various attributes that you would like your name or your personality or your profile or your role to be associated with. Just the attributes. If you've made a short list, you can continue it lifelong. I'm only giving you a strategy, I'm only giving you an action plan. You can continue to do it and learn the tool and execute it in your life. Okay, since this is only a 45 minutes schedule. So, have you done it? Maybe you'll want to do more, but doesn't matter. Are you very familiar with this particular ecosystem? How many of you know each other? Right now, right here, how many of you know each other very well? How many of you know each other very well, or you're just an acquaintance right now today? No, my question is, do you know some of them well here in this? You know them, right? Okay. Who would like to be the guinea pig? So in the sense that you'll have to volunteer, and I'm going to do an exercise with you, okay? And it's purely by volunteering. I won't pull anybody up off their seat. It's pure. Great. Please come. And let's give him an applause here. We need to, definitely. And that's not the applause that I ever accept. Can we give it our full potential, please? Yes, that's the spirit. Fantastic. Your good name, sir? Divakar. Fantastic. How many of you know Mr. Divakar? Wow, that's nice. It's going to make my exercise very, very interesting and active. Okay, so now everybody who raised the hands, I do not want you to share anything negative, only the positive attributes of Mr. Divakar, one quality each. One quality each. Only the positive. Commitment, excellent. Persistent, fantastic. High energy. Simple. Commitment. Ready to share knowledge, fantastic.
Loves to learn.
Loves to learn, fantastic.
Says humble. My limited exposure, I would say is very
Very humble, okay, fantastic. I think that body language endorses that humility, definitely. Closed body language. Yes?
smiling.
Reliable, always smiling.
Yep, I was about to say Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Fantastic. Okay. Did you do the exercise? Hmm. Okay. Any similarity between what you wrote about yourself, how you want to be projecting? Okay.
So you should add he is honest also.
Yeah. No, reliability people have told, which means that I'm definitely seconding that he is reliable because he is told no, I am not. So none of the qualities that you want to project is being perceived by other people. Okay. Okay. Is it okay? You want to share your list? I would, can we just listen, please? I want to know what are the different attributes this gentleman can have.
First part was so nice. I was just.
I know. Okay. No, 100% whatever you would have said will be definitely some alignment and some synonym will be there, sir. Let's hear it because I have become very inquisitive. Okay, now this requires the specs.
I mean, this seems like a dream list.
I know.
I don't know.
I just written it.
Hey, come on. Trustworthy, he's written. Haven't people told he's reliable, which means that, okay, give him a thunderous applause. Lovable, friendly people, committed, everything what? A person with commitment, a person with perseverance, a person who's friendly, obviously will be lovable. This is my first acquaintance, so I'll have to see about it later. But at this juncture, we have many people who are endorsing you. So thank you so much, Divakar, for this.
One point which I want to share.
Yes.
When I was writing, I was thinking about my wife and writing it.
I am not. I just shared.
Wrote good things.
I just shared.
I think your selling of personal branding should start at home as sold.
Absolutely. No. I just shared a few minutes back. Personal branding works everywhere except home for many people because if I am a brand consultant, the area of challenge is, madam, everywhere I'm like the kingpin and I don't know what to do at home. That's the area where I get my business. So I'm ready to help all of you to brand yourself in the person.
Will be there, whether it is positive.
I know. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Divakar. Let's give him a hand again for volunteering. So why I did this exercise basically is that the projection list are the attributes that you want people to associate with your personal brand, but then sometimes you can find a very bizarre difference that, where it really helps in the corporate context is that if you're a team leader, if you're a boss, you're a leadership role and you have a few people, working with you, definitely leadership is all about very good interpersonal relationship and you must be considered as a coach, a mentor. You should be accessible and it should be a very positive, harmonious relationship. And that is impossible if your teammates and they are perceiving you to be somebody bureaucratic or somebody autocratic or somebody very cynical and you are not. You're clueless. These days, the 360-degree assessment and several other processes enable you to understand how you are perceived. These processes help, but nevertheless, you are really interested in being an awesome participant, servant leader to take it to the altruistic level. Definitely, you can do one small exercise of, I will be sharing this e-copy with Viji. She will be emailing it to you. I bought a worksheet for you because I believe in a lot of, working on yourself activities so that there'll be value creation whenever any knowledge is disseminated. So whether, completeness is very important. So since I have a paucity of time, I'll share that worksheet with you. You can do this exercise because this is usually done in a brand new workshop on a one-day scale. So it is, I'm very happy to share knowledge, so I have no issues about, no insecurities about sharing knowledge because I believe it grows in leaps and bounds. The more you share it, more you'll gain. So a bit spiritual in that aspect. So I'm ready to share a lot of information with you. So you need to do this exercise and understand that what is the brand that you want to project and what is it that you're really projecting, and you have to do this interview with several level of people. If you want to improve your relationship and your branding, that is brand positioning in your organization, you need to do it with your, all your stakeholders. I mean, that sums it up, isn't it? Your stakeholders basically are your clients, your vendors, are very important people, you know, your team members, everybody, whomever you want your brand positioning to be altered. Why altered? If you have a barrier, if you have a transparent barrier wherein people are not approaching you and you're not getting the right kind of interpersonal relationship, then you need to work a lot on the interpersonal relationship. You can do it with this questionnaire. The questionnaire can be created by you. You don't have to follow templates from Google. You can actually, you know, follow it yourself. You can design it based on what is it that you want out of your team members. It need not be a one size fits all. So you need to do this exercise, and once you do this exercise and you collect the feedback, you will understand what kind of gap my projection list and what is exactly perceived. What is the difference? If there is a difference, if you're really interested in being an awesome leader, go personally and get personal feedbacks. Was it my appearance? Was it my behavior? And communication. Basically, your behavior is assessed by your communication. So was it the vocabulary or was it the voice modulation? What is it that made you feel I'm arrogant? So you can get personal one-on-one feedback from each and every employee of yours whom you want to build a rapport, and then find out where is it that you need to work on that relationship. And if you really make this even at home, your brand positioning will definitely increase. The problem here is, I'll give you a small clue about your brand positioning in relationships, because one of my signature programs is effective interpersonal relationships. See, there's something called quality time, okay? What is it that you love to do, ma'am? Your favorite pastime? Something, reading. And if your husband buys you the best book you've been really wanting, and then giving it to you and allowing you the space and time to just read it, okay, you're able to understand the buy-in process is done. So it's not your world, it's their world. Whomever you want to build or position yourself, the interpersonal relationship, you have to position yourself only with quality time. And the quality time concept is never that I'm there 2 hours with my spouse, so I am giving her once a week 2 hours and done. I'm giving him one. No. If the spouse likes to just laze around watching some endless match, just make some nice eatables and leave him alone. Sometimes they like their space, and it's called the den according to John Gray. You know, men like that den. Leave me alone. Leave them alone. And the men, what I want you to position yourself in the personal ecosystem, because you raised a challenge. I'm giving you a clue. Women like shopping a lot. Women are process oriented, you're task oriented. Please change to process orientation. And if you just change it to process orientation and go with her to a mall with your credit card, with no frowning face, and endlessly go around with her and let her shop to her heart's content, and you just decide, whatever be the damage, I'm going to smile, I'm going to be the best husband on earth. Those are internal, you know, insulation strategies where I have no comments on. I have no comments on those insulation strategies. That it depends upon how desperate you are to, you know, actually fit into that ecosystem. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is you have to get into the world of the receiver, whether it is in the organizational context or whether it is in the personal ecosystem, and live their life from their lens and build a rapport. And your brand positioning is all about relationship. If you take the retail industry, it's the brand positioning based on the customer loyalty. And once the customer loyalty and the buy-in process is created, why do you need marketing? You don't need marketing. So, you know, you're automatically sold because you have the pull factor. Why do you need to push people to get close to you? You know, you've got to be pulling people. So the personal branding, again, let me, you know, sum it up. It's all about your appearance, behavior, and communication. Your behavior is assessed by people with the influence, the positive impacts that you create on people, the value perception. Are you a worthwhile relationship? Are you bringing laughter into my life? If I associate myself, will I grow? See, there are people who are looking for knowledge. So if I have to associate myself with the colleague, you know, I might go back and watch his video and learn a lot about knowledge management, because the little nugget of knowledge I got from him, because I haven't seen him at his workspace. I've seen him at the high by many other forums where we are, you know, being a trainer. But then when I listened to him, I felt I must learn something from him. So that the brand he projected is, I have some knowledge to share. So this is what has instigated me. There's a brand that you're projecting by the way you communicate or you share knowledge or the way you dress up, the gadgets that you carry. So it's ABC. So if you're going to be somebody very, very, very kind and very, value adding to a relationship, you'll attract more and more people because your brand positioning in their ladder of perception is very high. So this is teamwork is the essence of any organizational productivity, and a beautiful harmonious family is all about integrated, having one thought, one goal, living the culture. There's something called brand culture. Same, you have a family culture, isn't it? So you adhere to it, right? There's a brand culture. So you need to adhere to it. Tata is an awesome brand. What do you recall when you talk about Tata? You think about quality, right? You think about employee development and engagement. As a HR resource person, I think that it's an awesome place to work. That's the perception I get. And after speaking with Ratan Tata, just about say 3-4 weeks back, I became his fan forever. Because I was introduced to him and he started talking to me like just a friend who knows me for quite some time for a few minutes. How humble. So what is the brand he has projected? A leader who is so humble, though he's so elated. So you would love to emulate such brands, isn't it? That is why that is a brand of value and character. So your personal brand, again, is nothing but your appearance, behavior and communication based on your, vocabulary that you use, the way you communicate to people. People will perceive you and give you certain value. Whether you like it or not, 24/7, you will be evaluated by the whole world. Even if you have lived with that person for 20 years, don't ever discount that you're going to be evaluated. So the choice is yours. You want a mark, you want 100 in that relationship, that's your projection list. Work for it. Nobody ever got 100 chumma. You need to work for it. So what is it, your projection list? That will determine your quality of interaction. If that quality of interaction is worked upon, your value perception on the receiver and the ecosystem will scale up. And if that scales up, then your personal branding and the positioning, brand positioning will definitely increase. On a commercial context, on a role like mine, like a trainer or a coach or a counselor, what happens is brand equity is another very, very important jargon or a very famous jargon. If people come and look for my services without me marketing much, means new clients. I'm not talking about my clients who are already sustained. I'm talking about new clients. If I'm able to attract new clients, it means that is when your brand equity is high. It's not sustaining your existing customers, it's about attracting new customers. Brand equity is all about. So since I'm talking about personal branding, I'm not entering the domain of product. So if people come back to you for information, if people come back to you for help, if people come back to you and say, sir, can you please be my guide? Can you please, people come back to you for your services, knowledge, or your company, it means your brand equity is high. It's not the repetitive interpersonal relation. It's not the repetitive ecosystem. I'm talking about new people. If you're able to attract and if you're able to sustain such relationships, it means that your brand equity is high. Last but not the least, do you all know Harichandra, the king of the mythology, Hindu. Do you know? Do you remember? What did he stand for? Truth. Truth, isn't it? So if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So decide what you want to stand for. That will enhance your brand equity, your brand positioning. That's called brand value. What is the value that you want to project as a person? Decide that. And I have a small worksheet for that also. I'll send it through Viji. So you can work on yourself and find your core values, and that will determine what exactly you want to stand for, your purpose in life. And that's exactly an exercise which, will give you a couple of core values which you can live by. You have organizational values. So you have, certain business values. So that will be taken into consideration if you're projecting a process or a product or a service. But if you're taking your personal branding into consideration, what is it that you want to project? One single value, like Harichandra, truth. Let's take Mother Teresa. What did she project? Love. Superb. Exactly. Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi? Ahimsa, peace, non-violence. Narendra Modi? Development, integrity. Right? accessibility. Accessibility. So these are, and in fact, he chose the social media to brand himself, and he was extremely successful because of the brand positioning, integrity, value. We stood for a value and development, as you had rightly stated. So action speaks louder than words, isn't it? We can speak freely words, but the actions, the behavior will determine how people perceive you. So this is, in a nutshell, personal branding. So I'm ready to take some questions. Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually the personal branding,
Yeah.
why appearance matters.
Why appearance matters? Because, let me do an exercise. Can all of you do as I say, please? No, I'm going to be answering your question. Can all of you do as I say? All of you? Congratulations, this is why appearance matters, sir, because I didn't ask you to clap, all of you clapped. I didn't ask you to clap, I said all of you do as I say. These were my words, videotaped. But all of you clapped because your body speaks volumes in oral communication when compared to verbal communication. Your verbal communication is deleted by the brain and only the body sustains. So the body is not perceived as a raw body, isn't it? It has an appearance. So appearance is very important. The first 3 seconds you're perceived by the world by your appearance. So we need to focus on that. I'm not talking about anything frilly, gadgety, but then still, how can we delete that the Jaguars and the BMWs does have a value perception in the public? You cannot go change everybody. Yeah. Yeah, personal is, let me ask you something. A person who carries a high design bag and wears a Rolex watch and has a Ray-Ban glass is going to make an impact, whether you like it or not, because those products are already branded in the world. So it's not that I want you to focus on that, but it has an impact. We can never deny the impact and the perception in the public eye, because we are part of an ecosystem. And what is it? But I don't deny, I've already told you with that example that Gandhi did make an impact, Modi did make an impact, and Gandhi made an impact with value and character, with not anything so, sophisticated or some gadgets or anything like that. He chose. The order of priority is appearance first, sir. 100%, because a person will decide whether they want to talk to you or not only after the visual first door is ticked. So, at the first, yeah.
Also focused on his appearance.
Yeah.
Not that you can't go and promote Khadi until wear a suit and do that. So even that you can't take his words unless he shows that also in his
Walking the talk.
So
Assuming your team somebody,
so it's just a point that appearance also is like for what you want to stand for. That
Yes.
is what you
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Not because BMW is better than something.
No.
If you want to show that you are an environmentalist, you have to show by cycling and not by carrying a BMW car.
No, let's take Narayan Murthy and Madam. They are always very, very down to earth. They are definitely very well off, but they stand for a brand of simplicity, isn't it? So they chose to project themselves only simple, even when they had the status. So it's, let me tell you, this whole transition works from me to we, sir. That projection list. How do you want to project yourself will determine the way you're going to project yourself. And then you start from your appearance, and behavior is assessed by communication. So, what is the lingo that you want to use, and how do you want to be projecting yourself? It's like that. Have I answered your question, sir? Have I answered your question?
Can I have an extension of it?
Sure, sir.
So like you said, the value, no, it's okay, I am sure. The value which he talks about and what you answered is perhaps very true for the first timers. But once I know him, he knows me, he has put a value on me, I put a value on him. Subsequently, will appearance still matter?
That's a very, very good question. It definitely matters.
Does it?
Yes, because to be very frank with you, this NLP would answer this question. It also depends upon certain of our dominant personalities. If the spouse or a very important stakeholder is a visual dominant and they find you very clumsy and staggered most of the occasions, somewhere your brand positioning is going from there to here, because their perception and the value that they give about appearance is very high. So again, I'm telling these are all very subjective and contextual. Whom are you building the rapport with? Where do you want to position yourself? Targeted marketing. Which is the ecosystem where you want to brand yourself, and are you going to give yourself importance there at that place for appearance, or you need to give importance if it's a marketing job? Obviously he needs to give a lot of importance to his external appearance, and of course that it cannot sustain. He must be a good negotiator, good communicator, and he must know his products very well. There are allied factors. So it all begins from me to we. How do you perceive yourself? What do you want to actually do in life? It's again the purpose of life. Once you're clear with purpose of life and what you want to stand for, you will decide that this is how I'm going to project. I have a very good friend of mine who was a top official in TCS and who's been living abroad, India, everywhere he has lived, and he is Sevalaya Murali. Okay, and he has always stood by the Gandhi and values, and he has only worn Khadar and Khadar Veshti, and very rarely he does wear formals, but I would say it's 1%. But he's been living and he's been running a old age home in Tirunendravoor, and he has been living the philosophy of Gandhi. If you take Mr. Murali in the social ecosystem, they will say that such a humble man who's been working only for orphans and also the old people and the neglected people and things like that. So in this context, what we need to actually remember is, what is your purpose in life? His purpose, he decided, both he and his wife had decided to dedicate themselves for social service with following the Gandhian principles and Swami Vivekananda, and they've been living the life with those principles. So, you can either emulate people whom you are extremely, you revere, or you say, I'm fine and this is the way I want to project myself, and so these are the gadgets I'm going to carry, this is how I'm going to do, and it's basically your choice. It's absolutely your choice. And in certain places, if you take it in the organizational context, it is purely organization culture will have an impact on your appearance, behavior and communication. You cannot act the way, you cannot wear smart casuals every day, isn't it? It doesn't happen, right? So the ecosystem will have an impact on your appearance. And if how you have to brand yourself, if you are a person adhering to the norms, and if you want to show yourself as a very good employee following the rules and regulations of the organization, you would adhere to all the norms, the processes and etiquettes. So it's again, everything is very contextual. In Tamil they'll say idam porul eval, and it's subject to the situation. So based on that you will decide, but it's all within you. Anywhere there are people who have maintained a consistent brand projection because they have decided this is how they are going to be, irrespective of wherever you are. So it's a personal choice, it's a personal decision that you need to make how you want to position yourself. So it begins with that. Anything that you're going to work, one size cannot fit all. It's you. You will decide. You're the architect of your personal branding. If you decide you want to do this, you will do it. Any other question? So are we running short of? Yes, sir.
Right. So in India in particular, there are some differences in the way employees, we all have employee handbook, the behavior, the grooming and the dressing and everything. I've seen that in IT services and services in particular, not a product company, people have to wear formals and be well groomed and all that. But in a solutions company, a product company, they're free to do whatever. They can even wear a short and go to office. Why is that so? And what's your opinion about that?
Very good question. I just touched upon it just few minutes back, telling that an organizational culture will have an impact. Several years we wore uniform, isn't it? And we had a breakthrough after we went to college, isn't it? Why? Because the culture of the college allowed us to be free. We had free will to dress the way we want. But then an organization and the rules said that you have to be in uniform up to your 12th standard. So that was the organizational culture. So the leader or the organizational goal and the vision will decide, is my organization something very, very, open culture, or is it something that I want a very, secure and a conservative culture? If the organization decides that, then it is fantastic. Again, I'm going to take another example of a school. Let's take Vidya Mandir Mylapore. Up to 5th standard, they are allowed to have color dress, and just one day they'll have to wear uniform for something. They have decided to give the children the space of color. You know why? Most of the brain work and the expansion takes place in childhood, and for the right brain to get activated, they need color. Uniform is not fine with such an developing age. So they have taken the right decision of giving them color to explore themselves and to express themselves. Those children will be much more creative than the people with a lot of wearing. It's a left brain thing. Uniform is a left brain thing. So again, if you take me, my personal choice, I have decided to be very creative in my life. That's why I'm not part of the regime. I have assessed my personality. I know what I'm made of, and I know how I want to project myself. I would never fit into NCC or routine or discipline or something that 9 to 5 and same people. It won't suit me. So I'm not choosing that because I can never adhere. There are a couple of training companies which wanted my services. I said no way, because they said I have to wear white top and blue, navy blue. I am not part of such things. I'm extremely sorry. I'm extremely creative. I like to be colorful, and I don't like anybody interfering with my personal space of dressing and appearance and things like that. So I'm not part of that organization. So we have full freedom to decide how we want to be, but the organizational culture can't be changed. If I go and study here, I'll have to adhere to that culture. If I choose to work here, I have to adhere to that culture, because those are ecosystem driven. If we are asking why they did it, those people are left brain. I don't mind conducting training for them to have right brain orientation and creativity, where they give some space to the employees and make them feel free. I'm okay with it. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I would love to be connected with you. My website is www.victoryinsights.org. www.victoryinsights.org. And I'm at Facebook at Victory Insights. I can't take any more friends because of my extensive personal branding. Let me give you a last, testimonial that because of my extremely robust and passionate personal branding in the LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and all that, which some of my colleagues are aware, I got a wonderful project in Madras Management Association, which is nationally the best organization in India, to be their brand consultant. So I am their social media consultant because I branded myself extensively in the social media. So when you're passionate about something, even your pastime can become a profession. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.